Well, hi and welcome back. You're joining Score Plays for Ghosts and Goblins Part 2. A little infuriated at the moment. I just finished filming this entire episode only to realize that my video recording software corrupted the file, so I have to go through this all over again. Awesome. But it's okay. Well, I hope you're doing well today. Oh. Okay, this level is probably going to take me multiple parts because it is a gauntlet of back-to-back Red Devils. They take 4 hits to kill, which thankfully I have the trusty knife on my side for handling said things. What I'm doing now is actually a very important technique to have for this game. It is the closest thing you'll get to having a strafe. It's just jumping back, changing direction on the fly, and firing. I'm doing a lot better than the first recording session because I ended up screwing it up. But I got where the enemy placement is, so I will be able to take care of that a lot better. Like, I was getting killed by those... I just got killed by it anyway. The 2 imps that pop up right there. This game is all about memorization, knowing where things pop up, when to take care of them, how many hits they take, and just when to run. But we shall get through this together. Before I realized that the video was corrupted from the last recording session, I made it all the way to the end boss, and he took my life because, well, I wasn't doing that great. The end boss of this level is a dragon. Which is relatively easy because you have to fight multiples of them in the last couple levels. That's basically all the last few levels are just repeating, wash, rinse, repeat of the same few enemies. So you just gotta keep slapping them around until they just decide to die. Now, what I was saying about the boss before, which you didn't hear, because that footage is gone, is that the dragons are relatively easy. The unicorns are relatively easy. But it's the Red Devils. Even them, actually, the last few bosses are easy. But it's the Red Devils, because they are faster than the bosses, and their patterns are erratic and chaotic. They never do the same thing twice. You don't know if they're going to swoop down at a 90-degree angle, come at you at a 45-degree angle, from what direction, or if they're just going to shoot at you. You don't know what they're going to do. I'm going to try going this way. I know there's a Red Devil up here. Yeah, he just comes up, out of nowhere, doing his little jig, like an asshole. It's like, ha ha ha, ha ha. That's why I don't go that way. Because a Red Devil comes out of nowhere, does his little jig, because he's an ass. Oh god, that's so annoying. Sometimes when they kill you, they do that little jig. And it just makes you hate them even more. So it's like when you finally just put that knife in their face and watch them explode into fart dust. It's just so satisfying. Especially when they don't hit you, you still retain your armor. You beat them. They're cheap. I had also said that I'm not using Turbo to play this game because I feel very strongly about Turbo. You know, depending on the type of game. Spaceship shooters are fine because, at least in my opinion, I can kind of justify that. But in games like this, Mega Man, you know, you just... Jeez, look at me, I'm talking about memorizing patterns, and here I am forgetting them. In games like those, I don't really believe it's necessary in that as a crutch. Because you have the potential of firing as fast as you can. because you also don't want to be firing too fast, because you want to be able to fire at different altitudes, like how I'm doing here, because the enemies will bob and weave like the Red Devils. Yeah, telephone. And if you can't, well, at least if you fire all of your projectiles at one altitude, and they dodge, that means that all those shots miss the target, and you have to wait for them to go off screen before you can fire at them again. So turbo in this game is bad. I mean, it would come in handy for something like maybe the Trolls or the Unicorn, but even still, this game is about adrenaline from being able to just throw out as many of those projectiles as you can, to just strike as hard as you can. It's all part of it. It's part of the experience, part of the victory. I understand that that kind of concept is lost on some people, and that's okay. If you want to play this game with turbo, that's on you. That's cool. That's how you want to play the game. I'm more of a traditionalist. So that is just great. Turbo, no turbo, it's on you. Freaking again. Those who do not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. They also say that the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Just like that. Huzzah! My blade stabbeth thee in the nose! Verily! Okay, got the pigs in the blankets, the snow caps that shoot bowling balls. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! You have been vanquished, beast! Ha-ha! For I have the might of dagger. Oh! No! You stupid squealing pig in a blanket! Oh, God. No! No! Okay. Guess who isn't learning today? I'll give you a hint. It's not me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha. Count the knives as they go into the Red Devil. A 1, a 2, a 3, dead. In other news, my latest video as of the point of this recording is my retro kitchen video on Yido's pumpkin and goat cheese soup from The Legend of Zelda. Normally, any of my videos take upwards of about a month to reach about, I'd say, 90 to 100 views. It hasn't even been 1 week, and as of right now, it's got 547 views. I know a lot of that has to do with Google ads that Tabo's been putting into it, but even still, it's amazing! Oh. I was hoping I spoofed him and got him off the screen. But a lot of that has to do with Tabo's help. But it still just really amazes me! Whee! 2 Red Devils. Ah, you do your little jig, asshole. But it means a lot to me, because when I came into collaborating with Tabo, it was because I wanted to get my foot in the door with YouTube and have my own content. But getting established on YouTube is very difficult to start with, and you basically have to do a lot of collaborations if you're not... Oh, come on. Haha! Yeah, that's right. Freaking your mind games didn't work. I'm sorry. I take great pleasure in killing those when they try and do stuff like that. Oh! Oh, I swear, I'm a good gamer. where was I? I lost my train of thought. Let's go back about 5 seconds. Okay, getting your foot in the door with YouTube, it's hard when you're starting out. Unless you have, like, really unique types of content. Because game reviews are like a dime a dozen. Let's Plays are a dime a dozen. Especially with, like, NES titles, because a million people have talked about these games and played them and griped about them. And they've all just been labeled, you freaking pig in a blanket, have been labeled as copycats or just being unoriginal. And so it's hard to really get your foot in the door. But with working with Tabo, being a furry YouTuber myself, it gave me a more of a unique position than just someone who's not part of a fandom. Go forward, then go back. It was more unique than just, say, Joe Average standing in front of a wall of games. You know, because everyone does that. I kind of have this joke that when I start filming myself, actually my body, in front of a wall, I want to have, like, a shelf with, like, 2 games on it at all times. Regardless of how big my collection actually is. Just because I think that would be funny. It'd be a nice little play on that trope. Because that has become a trope in the YouTuber community. Where if you're a gamer, you have to stand in front of your collection or just have this big-ass shelf of games. Me, I want to have, like, maybe, like, 1 Game Boy game and, like, Hydlide. Just sitting there. Forever. You know? Nothing good, nothing great. Just freaking Hydlide and, like, Tetris. That's it. Because what else do you need in life, really, besides Hydlide and Tetris? But, as I said, it puts me in a more unique niche position, talking about games from a furry perspective, or just whatever. But doing that by myself, it would have been very difficult to start off with, even if I had a bunch of my friends retweet, subscribe, all that stuff. It would be really hard to get my feet off the ground on the platform. But working with Tabo, who was at the time, he was a known name, especially in Dutch circles. But since his YouTube channel has grown, he's become more of a presence in the fandom, which is great. I know I'm talking out of turn by talking about how much clout he has, and that's not my intention to say that he has or has less than what he actually does, because he does a lot for the fandom and a lot for Eurofrints and a lot of events over in Europe. He does a lot of great things for the community. But just being attached to that, it's helped me attain the kind of stuff that I want to be doing, and it just made it a lot easier. He's been helping me out a good deal with just a lot of things. Like, I'm gushing right now, but that's cool. I wouldn't be at this point right here in what I want to be doing, even if it never becomes any type of, like, actual career. It's just something I wanted to do because it was fun. It's a passion. Which is how I feel that he views his content. It's passion work. It's fun. It's great. But being connected to that is just awesome. But getting that 547 views, it was just amazing. I mean, the last time I had felt something like that was after... Because the way it works now is that anytime I record a video, I send the raw footage to Thabo, and Thabo edits it and makes it nice and crisp and pretty looking. Because as of this moment, my computer is actually 1,000 miles away from where I am right now, because I am helping family. And so I currently only have a cell phone to do all the stuff I'm doing. I'm actually currently playing this on my cell phone, if you couldn't tell. And so he's just been more than kind to help. Oh, I hit him once. With just the process. And if I don't get down there before this, I will die if I can't. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. 2 red devils is a death sentence. I don't care who you are. I would say Billy Mitchell, but you know how that is. You know, a cheater. But as I was going on, he does a lot of my editing for me. He does all my editing for me. Except for this, because I can just dump this on YouTube at any point in time. But there was that one moment where I knew that I had made it. Not made it per se, but that I was a YouTuber, that I am doing this. Is that on the title cards at the end of one of my videos, he put a digitized clip of the Mega Man cartoon series from 1994. And it just looked so crisp and professional, and it was attached to something that I did. And I legit cried, because... And there is my phone. I think I will call this video here, and we will pick up again momentarily. Thank you. Stay awesome.